So after a minute, I'm even losing interest in us now.
Yeah, I'm out of here. See ya.
Don't worry, that gets edited out. Well, usually.
No. That won't be on the pod, but just the lead up to our YouTube live. Everyone, welcome to week 11 of Road to 272. I'm all about the self-deprecating humor tonight. Let's do it. All right. To my left is Mr. Bryant tonight. No, you're not leading, are you? Are you second?
Come on.
One above me.
One above you. The one above you. Above you is Trent. He might have red hair, but he apparently knows sports betting a little bit.
The top two have red hair. What are you talking about?
I don't have any hair.
Okay, red beard. two redheads, red beards from Iowa. Never would have guessed.
Mm-hmm.
And then right above me is Uncle Joe Hosky over there.
Hi.
Wow. Greetings, everybody. Jeez. Promise we're a friendly bunch, but the guy up top is not, I guess.
Joey's just vibing tonight.
I am.
That's what he's doing.
Wrote a blog. I listened to some rap music. I'm drinking some vodka. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm making my picks live, baby. I'm letting you guys talk me into shit. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm buying a new car tonight.
That sounds like someone just didn't do their homework this week. Hey, just talk me into this. What in the fuck is this?
Oh, that is funny. So yeah, Joey, you mentioned a blog there. Why don't you do our socials and tell us what your blog is about?
Yeah. As always, search us on Facebook, Pulse of the Heartland, and Instagram and Twitter at Heartland Pulse. If you're watching now, you know how to get there on YouTube. If you aren't watching now, just search Pulse of the Heartland. We're on inthezone.studio. That's our new landing site for our website. That's the new network we're with, In the Zone Sports Media. And tomorrow we'll be on all of your major podcast platforms. And I wrote a blog tonight about just recapping UFC 281 and introducing myself plus the rest of the podcast to kind of the In the Zone media stuff. I know everyone else is either going to contribute via this or write their own blogs and they can reintroduce themselves or whatnot. But yeah, check it out if you're into UFC stuff. But if you're not into UFC stuff and you want to see other like NFL power rankings, which we're going to go over some a lot of NFL stuff tonight. Obviously, we're on road to 272, but some WWE stuff. There's NHL stuff, NBA stuff. We got it all covered on In the Zone. Just go to inthezone.studio. Check out all the blogs that are on there. All the writers are amazing. And also check out our Twitter for In the Zone and then the different writers that are on there as well. You can find all that on inthezone.studio.
And Dylan, I think he was kind of doing some interviews tonight, so he will not be joining us tonight, but the plan is for Monday for him to join us. I am not positive. I'm not positive if I'm going to be joining, but at least he should be on Monday, and you guys can interview him to your little heart's desire. I should be on at some point, but I believe he can correct me, I guess, next week. But I believe he's still trying to look for writers for like NHL and stuff. Mm-hmm. I know tonight he's talking to some people for web developing and social media type stuff. So if there's anybody that's interested in that kind of wants to get their foot in and hopefully eventually make it a paying thing, talk to Dylan. Main thing is reach out to In the Zone on Twitter, or reach out to one of us on Twitter too. We can get you hooked up with the right guy. So
I was going to say, not to give you too many like addresses and shit to go to or anything like that. If you want to be a part of In the Zone, just reach out to us at Heartland Pulse on Twitter or find us on Facebook. At all the socials that we name off at the beginning, and we can get you hooked up. That's not a big deal. We'll that way you're not trying to go 7 different places to try and find shit.
You'd hate to be the guy that we gave you directions on how to do this, and in 2 years we're sitting at the Super Bowl interviewing Justin Jefferson for a second Super Bowl victory, and you're like, man, I wish we could be doing that. That's going to be us sometime.
Yep.
Rather be at the Masters. That's just me.
The Waste Management Classic.
I will go to all the UFC stuff.
Doing an example, and it's like, oh, we have to outdo each other on this one. I got a pissing contest at my own job. I don't need this, Trent.
Yep. That's what I'm here for.
Funny. We will start out with, let's go the power rankings. If you go to In the Zone Media, we said the website already. One of our contributors, Peter Caffrey, he does a weekly power ranking. My opinion, this is the best one I saw, to be honest.
Oh,
with not to be
interesting.
not
So
to
what
be
were the Vikings at it on your favorite power rankings?
Well, no, it's just that there's not stupid things like the 49ers are third and that type of crap, too. This actually seems like a guy who's trying to do real power rankings instead of trying to get attention. So, but yes, number one, I think we can agree on the number 1 and 2. You can switch them around, and I think both of us would be happy about it. It's power ranking, so it doesn't mean shit, but I feel like it's somewhat level-headed. Number 1, Peter has the Vikings at number 1. They just had they've won 7 straight. Had a big win against a Super Bowl favorite on the road. Had that lucky horseshoe sticking out of their ass and still won the game by that. And then number 2, Bryant seems to think they should be number 1 is the Kansas City Chiefs. You can't be happy being number 2, huh?
Nope. That's what makes champions champions. I go for gold medals. I don't talk about the silver medalist Joe Burrow all the time and happy that he's doing okay this year. I go for golds.
Yeah, but
That's
he probably has a
second
cool
right out of Trent.
He probably has a cool silver medal as a attire on Sundays when he walks in.
Exactly. That and whatever the hell else he's wearing for his pregame. It's stupid shit. So
is there anybody that okay, so let's round out the top 5. We got 1 Vikings, 2 Kansas City Chiefs, 3 Philadelphia Eagles, 4 Miami Dolphins, 5 Buffalo Bills. Is there anybody that disagrees those shouldn't be the 5 that are in the top 5?
Like that. I wouldn't have dropped the Bills out either. I'd have kept them in the top 5, but put them at 5. I had the Dolphins in my top 5 last week too, and then they come away with another win. Philly, I mean, they lost to Washington. They've got a good defense. I mean, Washington almost took down Minnesota. And then, I like Kansas City and Minnesota as 1 and 2. I mean, you can make every argument to flip-flop those two. I totally agree with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only ones I think you might have an argument just going through, and this is somewhat simply by standings, is the Titans at 6-3. One of their losses early on the Giants by 1 point is now looking very good. But I mean, again, they don't have that prolific. Should they be the number 1 team? I don't think so. They still got question mark at quarterback, even though Tannehill is serviceable. But I mean, if they picked up any of the all-star quarterbacks in the league, they would immediately be a larger threat. But I don't think they have the passing game there. And then the Ravens have dropped some easy games, so I agree with them not being there quite yet. But I mean, they're creeping up there right now with Lamar. I'll be honest, man. He has some games where he's really on, and then some games that he's kind of off. But I mean, they're 6-3, and their 3 losses are Dolphins by 4, Bills by 3, Giants by 4. All teams that have 6+ wins. So I mean, once they get over that hump and beat, like the Vikings, luck or not, they did beat one of those teams that is at the top of the league right now. Ravens haven't proven they have. They've beaten everyone else that they should. They need to take that next step, though.
Brian, I have a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned Ryan Tannehill. Did you know that he was a wide receiver?
What?
Wait, where did he play?
Texas A&M Aggies.
Oh.
With all those yell leaders instead of cheerleaders. When you go to a football game, you're like, there's not enough dudes here. That's why you watch Texas A&M.
Texas A&M is a cult. But as far as the top 5, I like it, other than Miami's not number 1. But it'll prove itself in the playoffs, so we'll be fine. But I'm also missing the Chargers and the Buccaneers from this, which are my 2 Super Bowl teams. I don't understand why they aren't in the top 5. So there's that. But I like the top 5. It was a good top 5.
If Brady would have gotten divorced earlier, they would be a little higher. He's undefeated since he's got divorced. So, in Chargers, unfortunately, they're getting healthier. They're only going to get tougher. So,
I do like having the Vikings at number 1 now, so that in 2 weeks when the Chiefs are number 1 because they beat better teams, the Vikings fans aren't just crying the whole season. So, I like that.
Who are the Chiefs playing that are better than on the Vikings schedule?
Everyone in the AFC. You said at the beginning of the season. We've said it throughout the season. The AFC is way better than the NFC.
Okay, so our next three games are Dallas, which they're 6-3. New England, which is AFC, they're not great, but they're still they're there. And then New York Jets, which is a top AFC team. So
And then the
That's
Chiefs.
three playoffs.
All right.
If the season ended
Touche.
today, the season ended today, those are 3 playoff teams.
Touche.
Then we have.
So I'm not saying the Chiefs aren't playing anybody good, but you just made it seem like we're playing Houston and Jacksonville and Atlanta. Like, come on,
the next 3.
give some respect.
The next 3
And
games.
Atlanta? What a dick. I'm out. Fuck you guys.
Hold on, Joey. We'll hold on real quick. We're going to sort this. We're going to put the Vikings fans on one side and the non-Vikings fans on the other. Chiefs next 3 games at Chargers in prime time. Then the Super Bowl champions from last year, the Rams, the following week, and then the Super Bowl runner-up Bengals the following week on the road. So,
so I'd say maybe two of the 3 are decent opponents. The Rams are just.
I'll correct it. 2 decent opponents and one that just that won a ring last year. So I mean, cakewalk.
You can't live in the past. You can't live in the past.
Oh yeah,
you told me that,
except for when we have to look back 4 or 5 years when Joe Burrow actually was relevant.
A wise man once told me we're playing the schedule.
Yeah, exactly. We're playing the schedule we can. Let's get to some picks here.
All righty, I suppose I'm ready to slug this out with Joey though.
Thank
But
you.
I said, I really don't care either way, 1 or 2. Those are the 2 teams I feel should be 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put the Chiefs at 1, I'd say, yeah, that's probably right.
I will say, just by like looking and watching the games, I think the Chiefs look like a better team. But Jesus Christ, those Vikings, you guys are grinding out games. So I don't know who to be happier for from the 2 fan bases that aren't the Atlanta Falcons. So, yeah.
Who's the team that has never won a Super Bowl?
I would think, being a Big Ten fan and low-scoring games and defensive and grinding thing out, Joey would be seeking out these Vikings games to watch and get the chubbiest of all chubs of all time watching these things.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, first game. First game is tomorrow night. Tennessee at Green Bay. Green Bay are 3-point favorites with a total of 41 points. Joey, I want you. Oh no, you can't go first tonight because we have to convince you.
No, I'll go first. That's fine. I already picked this one because I hate Green Bay,
okay.
and I think they suck a lot of dick. And because it's just fucking pouring snow up there. I'm going to go with the team that runs the ball, maybe second best in the league, if not the best. I'm going to go with Tennessee, and I'm going to take that money line. I think they win.
Just control the ball, control the clock or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's much to it other than just give Derrick Henry the ball, let him hurt people, and then just keep moving on.
They're going to have to pound it over under 120 rushing yards for Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Over under, what do you say?
Yeah.
Over.
Lots
okay. Over. Actually, yeah, I'm going to make that pick to Cub right now. I'm going to Derrick Henry with like 200 yards tomorrow night.
Green Bay's defense sucks.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Joey.
Mm-hmm.
The prop right now, the official prop is Derrick Henry over under 100 yards.
Really?
Over.
Easy.
Is it because of all the snow or what?
The only thing that in what I base my pick on, because I'm going to go with the under 41 points here. One, it's Thursday night unders. I'm starting to feel it again here. But these are 2 of the slower paced teams in the league. And I think when you add in that the Titans are going to grind out, a 10-minute drive, and that's how they're going to score, I think there's just not going to be enough time for either one of these to just – I mean, neither one of them are gunslingers this year. They pass when they need to, but it's just – Derrick Henry, look what they did to the Chiefs. They controlled the clock and they kept it to 17-17 until it got to overtime. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't see the Green Bay doing anything much more than that. So,
I'm taking Green Bay to cover for 2 reasons. Number one, I haven't been doing good on this betting thing, so me putting money on Green Bay, hopefully that means they'll lose. And number 2, this is just classic Green Bay. They suck half the season and then all of a sudden they come back and make a run for the playoffs. And it's just, I just feel Green Bay is going to be there at the end when it comes to at least to a wild card spot. I don't think the Vikings will trip up enough for them to get the division, but they'll sneak into the playoffs and make me hate them even more. So
We're about to get that media quote that they love from Aaron Rodgers, the RELAX, the relax. We're gonna get something like that after this type of game from Rodgers.
It's awesome because the first half of the season, everyone just buries him about how he sucks, and then he gets one win over the Cowboys, and oh my God, he's amazing. Let's get this guy's making a playoff run, and they're real contenders now.
He went up in my power rankings, that's for sure.
He didn't in the zone by Peter, so that's the main thing. Let's go, Peter.
Yeah, I took Tennessee to cover that 3. I don't know why. I think Tennessee's going to win. I should have just picked the money line on that and won more money. But I got Tennessee covering 3 on this.
I hope I lose this one. I really do. I usually don't, but I hope I lose this one. All right, next game. Rams at your defending super champions of the world, Rams, at the New Orleans Saints. 4-point favorites are the Saints. Total of 39. Trent, what are you doing?
I hate this game. I wanted to take the under, but when I was looking, the under was like 38.5. Couldn't do it. I don't trust New Orleans to win by a lot. The Rams are terrible. They don't have Cooper Kupp. I took money line on this. I took New Orleans money line.
What you said there is exactly why I took the New Orleans spread. There's no Cooper Kupp. I don't think it sounded like Stafford was out again with concussion protocol today. I don't know. I don't think the Rams have anybody. So taking New Orleans -4. And I forgot to say Clark took the Tennessee money line.
Solid. Joey, who do you got?
I took the under in this one. Did we skip a game? Did we skip Cleveland and Buffalo? Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
We'll go back to it.
Okay, that's fine. Just make sure. But yeah, I took the under in this one because of Cooper Kupp being out. There may be no Matt Stafford. There might as well not be a quarterback in New Orleans and Aaron Donald. So I'll take the under.
Andy Dalton slander. Me and Trent will not stand for that. Okay.
He's terrible, and I don't understand why they haven't played Jameis. And I don't also
I have
understand
heard
why they haven't
rumors
even
that they are this week.
Well, then give me 4 interceptions and 4 touchdowns from Jameis.
I'll be honest with Andy Dalton. The worse he's got at football, the more handsome he's got, or vice versa. He's focused more on his vanity, and he's got a worse football. Either way, that guy's handsome as hell right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the little gray in his beard, but he stinks at football, and so do the Rams. I have the under as well. Just like everything, like Trent said, injuries, just neither of them playing well. I don't see it.
Clark took the under.
That was actually my first bet of the week that I put in was that under.
Yeah, I wanted to so bad, but I was like 38.5 is so low for an NFL game. I couldn't do it.
17-14, I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Yeah, Clark took the under on that one. Which one did we skip here? Cleveland at Buffalo. Yep. Buffalo, 8-point favorites, total 41.5. They're supposedly going to have, 3 to 6 feet of snow, 3 to 5 feet of snow.
And that lake effect snow.
And you're not misspeaking. That's feet, not inches.
Feet. We've
Rex
had that
Ryan is excited.
That is nothing. We've had that here in South Dakota, Trent. We know what that's about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hell, you got like a foot yesterday.
Only about 5 inches.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Average.
Yeah, it's average, bud. No one can complain about average. I took the Cleveland +8. The weather's going to be shitty. It's going to be hard for Allen to throw the ball. I think Buffalo right now they're great, but they've got a lot of injuries on defense. They'll win, but I don't think they'll win by 8. So.
I like it.
I took the under. With that weather, it's going to be low scoring. I got it at 41.5, so I hammered the under on that one.
This was my second pick of the week after hearing about the blizzard effect and lake effect snow coming in. The only thing that worries me is that both teams are pretty decent running the ball. So, I mean, this might work to both their advantages, but under 41. That's what I got.
I took Cleveland because I think with Nick Chubb that they just control the line of scrimmage and just run. But then Bryant just said that they are both good at running the ball. I thought that Josh Allen was passing it so much because they were bad at running the ball.
Oh, I don't know. I guess
they're
maybe
not-
that's part of the running. I mean, he was even doing it this last Saturday. I mean,
You're right. You're right. Yeah, him running the ball, that makes more sense. But I was going to say, I don't think
their running backs aren't great. Maybe Hines. Hines didn't really do anything against the Vikings. It's Singletary really that did the most when it comes to running backs. But their run defense is not good at all. Chubb could have 200 yards against them.
Right.
Bills are 10th in the league in average rushing per game.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
I mean that was just a feel because it always just seems like when they're playing the Chiefs or you're watching the Vikings game, it's like, geez, they can kind of they can choose to run it well, but Allen is so good at passing that they
and refs will call holding.
And I think it has to do a lot with, like you said, with Josh Allen being able to run the ball too, because he gets like 60 yards a game. So that would go into the 129 yards that they get. So
let's see
that makes
here.
sense.
He had 50 yards in 2 plays in overtime versus the Vikings on Sunday.
Nick Chubb. Go ahead.
I was going to say, regardless, I am taking Cleveland with the +8. I think they keep it close. I want to pick them to win, but also I really want to see the Bills go deep in the playoffs. I just think they're super fucking fun to watch and exciting. I'm going to go with Cleveland keeping it close.
Who's Clark at?
Clark's got Cleveland +7. He got +7.5. I actually got it at +8.5.
Nice. Nick Chubb over under 53.5 yards.
Over.
That might be a decent prop to put in, boys.
Yeah.
Shit, he almost missed that last week, and then he had a 60-yard run for a touchdown.
Hey, all the yards count all the same, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Philly -7 at Indianapolis. The total 44. If I remember correctly, I took Philly. I got them at -6.5. Jeff Saturday won his first game, but it was against the Raiders. Who gives a shit about the Raiders?
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia, they're coming off a loss. They're pretty angry about it because they feel like they got screwed by the refs too, which they may or may not have. So I'm going to go with Philadelphia winning. Actually, you know what? I think I took the first half. I took the first half spread, actually. This was one of my Bryant bets.
There you go.
And because I was looking at Clark's. Yep, first half -3.5. I got Philadelphia.
Nice.
I'm proud of you, my man. Colts 1-9 in first half spreads. But you know when that first win was? Last week. I have Indianapolis covering 7 in the whole game. I don't know what it is. I mean, some of it is they have Jonathan Taylor. The other thing is Eagles, they're still out with Jordan Davis is still out. He was one of their main run stoppers. I don't know what it is about Jeff Saturday's doing that got them pumped to play the Raiders, but the Colts were in control of that game the whole time. So I'm just going to ride it. I don't know why. It makes no logical sense because we just watched the best team barely lose one game on Monday Night Football, but short week, you never know.
Do you guys think Dallas Goedert being hurt is going to be a big impact?
It's going to affect it enough. It might be enough.
He's
I don't know.
a good player.
He is a good player. I just think they have too many weapons that they can go to when need be. I don't know what the fuck happened Monday night. Like, that just looked terrible on the Eagles' part.
I think Washington's a good team. I really do.
I do too. They have a very good defense.
I think Heineke is legit. I think he really is. He reminds me of Case Keenum when he was with the Vikings. He makes the play that he needs to. It may not be the best, but he just has a lot of will.
Philly had 4 turnovers.
Yeah, that doesn't help either.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I took the first half because I'm worried about a backdoor. Why I went with the first half on that one.
Exactly.
I got it at
about
6.5
you two up top
as well. So I took Philly covering 6.5. Indy rallied around their new interim coach Jeff Saturday on this past week. I think they come crashing back down to earth. Philly, I think they're pissed off after losing to Washington. And so I like Philly to cover that 6.5.
I'm also taking Philly here with the spread. Give me the points. They're coming off of, just being pissed off over everybody. So I think they dominate this game. I don't think Indy is as good as Jeff Sunday is. So we'll go from there.
Just an on-purpose insult there. Jeez, Joey.
You're welcome.
I think one thing you guys are all forgetting who the quarterback for the Colts is isn't Sam Ellinger anymore. It is former Super Bowl participant Matt Ryan. So
Participant.
Falcons, baby. MVP.
I would have been excited about
Put some
that 5 years
respect on
ago.
his name.
MVP, yeah, you know me.
Super Bowl runner-up.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We don't celebrate silver medals here, Bryant.
There we go. Exactly right. So just let me know which way we're going to lean. Otherwise, I'm going to be talking about silver medalists all the time.
All right. All right. Clark also took Philadelphia to cover. Next game, Washington -3 at Houston, total of 40.5. This is a sucker bet to me. I don't understand this. Chase Young is supposed to be coming back for Washington. I guess, Bryant, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I bought low with the Commanders last week when they covered that 11 and not only one. I think they continue at Houston's dog shit. I don't know where this line is. Maybe they think with the isn't it that their running back's Pierce, right? Pierce and then Davis Mills. I mean, I know they've got some pieces. I don't think Lovie Smith's got it.
Has their quarterback or wide receiver come back too? The one that was holding out?
Cooks?
Yeah, there you
I
go.
don't think so.
I'm not sure, to be honest. But if you got wide receivers holding out this part of the year, that shows you how dog shit your team is. So
And how little they want to be part of the team. Yeah, I took Washington to cover. This was a weird one to me. I would have taken this one at 6, to be honest with you. I should buy it up to 6. But yeah, this was, to me, top 5 easiest bet of the week, top 2 easiest bet of the week.
Yeah, I got it at 3.5, so not quite as good as this line that we have on the screen right now. But I took Washington to cover that. I think Washington's better than people are giving them credit for. I think we said it on Monday's podcast that Carson Wentz was just making them worse. I think I like Heineke. I mean, he played in almost won a playoff game with them a couple years ago.
Against the would-be champions at that time too.
Yeah. So I like Washington to cover this here. Houston's terrible. I don't get this spread.
he was the silver medalist in that game to the eventual silver medalists.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No, that was the gold medalist that year.
Oh, I thought you said the runner-ups.
No, Tampa won the Super Bowl that year.
Washington Commanders -6.5 of that alternate line would be plus 136. $10 would win you $23.60, including your 10 back.
Wait, can you repeat that? Sorry, I missed that alternate line.
$10 to win $23.60.
What's the alternate line?
That's
Minus
the
6.
alternate line.
-6.5.
Ooh, I will take that all day. I think Washington comes out and goes crazy. What is the over/under for Heineke yards?
Give me 1 second. Prop bets.
That's
I'd
a
also
weird
take
one.
that because I think
He doesn't
Heineke
pass that much though.
man, but he looked super fucking good. And McLaurin looked good on Monday. I think he gained some confidence. I'm going to take Washington on the extended line and the prop bet of Heineke with the over here.
Heineke has I don't know if this is a real prop bet or if this is just on Action Network, but there's an over/under half a rush yard for rushing for him.
I would take.
But you got to
over,
figure
yeah.
sacks and everything.
Exactly.
Count
That gets
into
thrown
that.
in there, too.
So
There's no prop for passing yards.
I don't see one yet, not on Caesars or on Action yet.
Let me look
at my
sports book here.
Here I was trying to be ballsy, and I would say I would take him, even if it was 400 yards, I'd take the over. I think he's just going to be that fucking good this week against that shitty fucking Texans team.
over 400, Joey. No more vodka for you tonight.
Yeah.
Need to make another drink.
Did
right
he
now.
just say over 400 for Heineke?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Clark also took the cover. Can we all agree that no other team should be doing the chain celebration besides the Vikings?
It's acceptable when Heineke does it while drinking a Busch Light can.
I did appreciate the Busch Light in a garbage can.
Yes. Garbage can coolers, baby.
If this podcast group gets any more fucking Homer, I'm gonna just I don't know what I'm gonna do. Jesus Christ.
For what? For me saying that? Why are we copying something that's only cool because the only reason it's fun is because the guy that started it was the biggest nerd in the NFL. Heineke's actually kind of a cool guy. Kirk Cousins, I'm
University
sorry,
of Miami started the chain, and now you're saying the Vikings are the only team
for
that
the
can do it?
NFL.
That's
Holy
the
shit, Joey.
turnover chain. This is different.
Yes, that's the turnover.
It's the chain still.
Yeah. No comment on that. I could if my comment is I don't give a shit. As long as my team doesn't start doing the chain, that's all I care about.
Yeah, I don't see any props either.
That's fine.
All right.
And also, over 400 yards is hyperbole. I mean, I think he's going to have a great game. It's a
Over
test.
I'm gonna-
250.
I'm going to take
I
the
could come out
under,
and have
the under
400 now.
Yeah. It could
If he
happen
does-
of all teams. It would be against Houston.
I hope he does.
Exactly. Give me a $5 flyer on 400 over 400 for Heineke, and I'll take that all day.
Let me see here. Passing yards. I'm just looking up how many Houston averages allowing per game for passing.
I bet it's above 300. I bet you $1 right now.
Sure, because no team is averaging over 300.
Damn it.
Falcons are the worst at 280.
Of course they are. What a slap in the
Houston's
face.
allowing 212 yards a game,
Okay.
but they're like middle of the pack, so not too bad, not too good either.
All right.
All right. NFC East matchup here. The New York Flying Jets at the New England Fighting Patriots. Patriots are 3-point favorites with a total of 38. No clue what I have. Trent, go ahead.
Over 38.5 on this one. That line was kind of low. I don't know. I like these teams to come out and score. I mean, we'll see. New England's been up and down. The Jets have been up and down on scoring this year. Hopefully they're both up this game. But like I said, 38.5. It was under 40. So I was like, I'll take the over on that.
I can't remember why I switched this up. I have New England covering 3, but my stat point was Belichick in sub 40 point total games is 76% against the spread. So just against the spread. So yeah, I would say Belichick will cover that one. I'm not too confident in that one going over, dude. I would say the Jets have a decent offense. New England typically really doesn't. If Belichick's going to cover that spread, it's going to be a low-scoring game, ground and pound.
Yep. I'm taking Jets money line. I think coming off a bye week that the Jets just go into New England. Oh, wait, it's at New England. Yeah. Jets go to New England and just beat the shit out of them.
Jets money line, by the way, is plus 143.
Nice. So Clark took the over with Trent. I am going with the Jets to cover. I don't know why there's disrespect to the Jets. They are pretty legit this year. They really are. Their defense is top notch. I think they're a top 5 defense. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the Jets here.
I think honestly, the sad thing is, I think one of their speaking of their draft was Sauce Gardner is their top rookie that's shutting everyone down. Patriots ain't got a top target to shut down. Who are they going to shut down? Regular team's number 3 wide receiver. I mean, Belichick will find a way. If there's someone that's going to be smart enough to figure out how to beat this Jets team and that beats every Jets team, it's going to be Bill Belichick.
It's not that I don't think Belichick. I think Belichick has the mind. I just don't think he has the players. Is Mac Jones starting again?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have faith in Mac Jones. I just don't.
It's probably a good week to pound Ramondre Stevenson in fantasy.
Right. What's our next?
I'm just trying to see if there's any props on Mac Jones. Not that I see. Go ahead.
They may not be really. It might be too early for it.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit at New York Giants. If someone wants to go ahead. I forgot what I have.
This one was tough. I went with over 45 points. I mean, the biggest thing that I am thinking in this one, because the Giants, oddly enough, are 1-7 in the over-unders against this year, only 1 over. one, you're playing one of the worst defenses in the league in the Lions. The Lions have actually been forced to scoring some points, which I think is going to force the Giants come off. Plus, the Giants are coming off of a bye week, or they are. I'm sorry, they're just well rested. So I wouldn't say I'm going with the over. I'll be honest, man. I was really leaning towards that Giants spread though. That if I had to choose something else, it would be that.
I went with Bryant on this one as well. I got it at 44.5. So I took the over. Same reasoning. Detroit's been putting up some points. So New York's going to have to hang with them and score points with them to win. So I took the over.
I am taking the Giants with the points. I think that they're just a better team. And at some point, Detroit has to stop being close at some point, I would think. So, yeah, I'll take the Giants.
So Clark took the Giants spread, I believe, too. This was one of my Bryant bets. This was me. I took the Lions team total of 20.5.
In the game?
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Took the over?
Yes, sorry. Took the over 20.5 points. Team total for the Lions.
Yeah.
I like that. Let me if you give me 1 second, I want to pull up their totals the last few weeks here.
There was one game they had 15, and then the rest of them were like 30, 40, 30, stuff like that.
30 at Chicago. That was actually Dan Campbell's first road win as a head coach. 15 versus Green Bay, 27 losing to Miami, 6 losing to Dallas, 0 losing to the Patriots. I only have the the last 5 games in front of me, but I like that 20.5, dude. I mean,
they've
the
had
Lions
how many
have been
games?
scoring pretty consistently.
Yeah, I mean, they had a top offense there for a while. I don't know what they're ranked now for points per game. Actually, I could probably find that. There. I'm pulling this up. Offense. So points per game, they're still top 10 for points per game.
Yeah. So nope, I like
They're
that
nice.
one. I think there's going to be a lot more offense than you would expect in a Giants game.
Yeah. All right, Carolina at Baltimore. Baltimore 13-point favorites with a total of 42. I went with Carolina covering. That is just a shit ton of points. Carolina can be terrible or they can be somewhat decent. I just don't trust Baltimore. I think every time I bet the Baltimore spread, I lose. But Baltimore will win, but that is a lot of points.
I also don't trust Baltimore, and I think that both teams are not very good offensively. So I took the under on this one.
Ooh, solid.
Clark took the over. He's going against you.
Me and Clark.
Suck it, Trent and Clark.
Me and Clark O'Chains. We're taking the over here.
That's Carl Chains to you.
Fucking Carl.
Mm-hmm. So you guys might not trust guys might not trust Baltimore. You know who I don't trust even more than them?
Carolina.
I don't trust Baker Mayfield. PJ Walker was the best thing that happened to this team, and now he's out for this game.
Is Baker starting?
Yeah, Baker Mayfield starting.
Oh,
what happened to Walker?
What's that?
What happened?
They're not paying him as much money as they're paying Baker.
Yeah,
yeah.
All I know is I looked at injury report. PJ Walker out. I tried to be a little more nuanced and do a little research. My research ended when I looked at the injury report and said PJ Walker out. That ended any shot of the Carolina covering, in my opinion. Baker stinks as a pro. He has a Heisman, good for him. But Baltimore's going to cover this game, 13 points. But like I was going to say, it took a hurricane for the Panthers to even be relevant with PJ Walker. I don't trust him, man. Baltimore.
Why are they trying Darnold? I know Darnold's not great, but he's still something.
I don't know. Maybe they prefer to just have that big old Lego head on the sideline. I really have no clue. You ever look at that guy's head? There's a few guys you look at and it's just that big cylinder fucking block head. Him, Zion, Williamson,
Jesus.
Hunter for our team this year. I mean, there's a few people you just look at and block.
Oh my god.
Jeez. That's awesome. Chicago at Atlanta. Atlanta 3-point favorites with a total of 49.5. I really wanted to take the over on this game, but I do not trust Atlanta to score points. So I'm doing another Bryant bet. The over for Chicago of 23.5 points.
Nice.
Solid. After these once they got rid of their defensive players, I don't know where they just decide to if they just go, okay, now that our defense is we're getting rid of our big pieces, let it rip. I don't get that. Hold on, Joe, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. I just want you to hear this because I'm all in on Ohio State quarterbacks being very good in the league. So I got Chicago covering 3 versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, look at that guy.
I just want to make sure you heard that all right. Apologize, listeners, if that was too loud.
I am going for the over. I don't think either defense stops anybody. And Mariota versus Justin Fields. Who'd have thunk it? Ohio State versus Oregon. Crazy.
Right?
Quack, quack.
Yeah, I went with Brian here. I got Chicago covering the 3. I didn't know with this game. I think it'll be close. Chicago's been scoring a lot of points, but I just didn't trust them to win.
Yeah.
So Clark took the Chicago money line. He trusts Chicago to win.
All right.
He feels good about it. He says, suck it, Joey. Chicago's winning this.
Clark's taking that value.
I think our picks are starting to become more cynical against each other. We're just
Joey. Just Joey. I've got nothing against
It's a wonder that we're winning any of these bets now at this point.
Yeah, we're not looking at numbers. We're looking at the hate in our heart, and it doesn't bode well.
Yeah.
Did you notice I'm talking crap to Joey about Clark's pick, not my own?
Yeah.
That's all right. Suck it, Clark. Carl, you fuckstick.
What is he doing off screen over there?
I'm making a
We don't want
drink.
to know.
You gotta have a kit right in front of him. All right, next game. I feel good about these team totals. I haven't done that yet this year. These are new bets for me, but I feel good about the overs on those. Las Vegas at Denver. Denver 2.5 point favorites with a total of 41.5. This is the
This one straight up.
I can't take this guy seriously.
Oh,
This is the suck bowl of the week.
Yeah, this is the official Big Ten game of the week for me because I hate both these teams. They're awful. But seriously, I did go with the under. My note was instead of I'm feeling dangerous, that's his nickname. I'm feeling danger under in this game. That both teams stink out loud. Right now for the year, just an interesting fact. I brought it up a few weeks ago on the road to 272. Russell Wilson has 7 touchdowns on the year passing. His house that he owns has 12 bathrooms, so he has yet to pass his house bathroom with touchdown ratio right now. He needs 5 more this year.
We'll check in on that next week to see if we've.
We'll just, because I know they're not going to throw any touchdowns. Let's just check on it in about 3 weeks. All right.
We should put that on the scroll or on the ticker on the bottom.
We got some ideas for this ticker for all our listeners that tune in on YouTube Live. So.
Yep.
Clark took the over on this one. I was kind of shocked by that. I took Denver -2.5 because while Denver looks terrible, Vegas just looks dysfunctional at this point.
I took the same thing, Ryan, and for the same reason.
And I saw today that Vegas apparently doesn't have enough cash to get rid of Daniels. So they're stuck with him for 2 seasons now because they can't pay his contract off and hire another coach.
Yep.
How does that happen? You go to the city with more money than anything and have this new stadium. How do you not have cash with this team? You're an NFL owner, the most lucrative business right now, basically. How do you not have cash?
Are you asking how people in Vegas go in with a lot of money and then come out half broke? I think we know what happened here. Not Al. What's his name? Mark Davis. Mark Davis spent too much time at PF Chang's and the MGM. Lost all his money in the cap table.
Spent too much time at the Bull Cut Emporium.
Yeah, spending all his money on haircuts.
only he went to Sports Clips, he might learn something. I don't care about this game. I took the under. It's terrible.
It's a terrible game.
One cool, fun stat I learned today listening to podcasts is Russell Wilson went from the number 5 quarterback in 2019 or 2020 to the number 16 quarterback last year to the number 33 quarterback based on QBR. So
Isn't it
Russell
funny?
Wilson sucks.
Isn't it funny that we all thought it was because of Pete Carroll and Seattle that Russell Wilson was struggling, and it turns out that he is kind of the cancer to that team?
Mhm.
It kind of looks like Trevor
Yes.
How the hell does that look like me?
Same hairline.
Again, I have zero hair. I think this has been brought up 5 times just tonight.
I
I
love,
can't see you. You're behind the logo, so I can't see you.
Good.
I love the fact that he's just got this awesome haircut and mullet type thing, and then just no facial hair. Like, you know what? I want to be clean cut, guys. I want to look clean here.
That's it's great.
There we go. How do you like that? Official new breaking news at the bottom there are Road to 272 standings.
Oh, would you look at that?
Hey, there you go.
We got
Look
ticker
at
going.
that. What happened to my ticker that I put on there?
It'll come back.
I am so
Yeah.
thankful that we spent money on Restream Pro to be able to do this stuff.
I just want a soundboard. I just want a fucking soundboard, man.
What, make it like boing, like make those sound effects and stuff.
Remember how fun that podcast was?
I'm
That
pretty
also
sure
was
the
probably one of our drunkest ones too. So
Yeah.
I feel like the video quality of that one wasn't quite as good too.
No.
All right, next game. Let's get out of this crap game. Dallas at Minnesota. Dallas going into Minnesota after losing to the Packers as 1.5 point favorites with a total of 47.5. Trent, take it away.
I do not understand this. This is the worst line of the week. I have
It's
a
frankly
Packer-
insulting.
Yeah, I have a delusional Dallas fan that is at work and mentioned this to him. He's like, well, it's because it's America's team. I'm like, I don't think that's how Vegas makes these lines. Like, I really
And they
don't.
were America's team like 15 years ago.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think that's how
20
Vegas
years
makes these
ago.
lines here. Yeah, you just lost to the Packers. They're just a raging dumpster fire right now. The Cowboys are like 170 something and 0 while leading by at least 14 going into the fourth quarter until this past Sunday. And they're going to be favorites in Minnesota. It isn't even in Dallas. I don't get it. I took the value here. Take money line, Minnesota.
You're going into a team that's 8-1, just beat the, like I said, Super Bowl favorites at their home. They haven't played a home game in in 3 weeks now. You're going to have one of the hardest places to play in this season. Like, you going to Minnesota is going to be a bitch for teams this year. And you think Dallas should be favored in Minnesota. That is just stupid. Minnesota might lay an egg. They might have a hangover from this last week. I don't know. But just going off of records, Minnesota being at home, it is quite frankly insulting to Minnesota, even I guess being a homer, Joey would say that. But yeah, Minnesota money line easy.
Dude, I think Vegas, like, what do we want to do on this line? Like, how big of favorites should we make the Vikings? And it's like, call Skip Bayless. And he's like, favor Dallas 1.5. Dak Prescott is the new Joe Namath.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. Like I said, they could lay an egg. They could be the emotional hangover from this last week. I don't know. Hopefully KOC doesn't allow that to happen.
You can't talk all that shit and then say we might lose. You have to stick to your guns.
I don't think we will. I think it's super insulting. I'm saying something that could happen. It's possible it could happen, I mean, it happened when after the Minneapolis Miracle, Minneapolis has a walk-off touchdown, and then the next week they lay an egg in the NFC Championship. Shit happens. But as of now, Minnesota has proven to be the better team, and you're at home in Minnesota. Like, this is stupid.
Joey's doing some housekeeping.
Yeah, sorry, I'm super dusty from working in the shop this week. So I went to Twin Peaks earlier and saw a lot of great ass there. It was awesome.
I wasn't there.
Isn't your girlfriend there? Or what's the deal with your girlfriend? Is she okay with you saying that?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she knows I was there.
No, I mean,
I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need to check.
Sometimes things are internal dialogues, Joey.
Nope. She was okay with me telling her all this. So anyway,
all right.
So I was making a joke about how this is not a great ass of a bet or line because this is terrible. Minnesota should win this handedly. But I'm going to take the over just because I think both teams score points. So there's that.
I like it. Minnesota might cover that on their own.
Yeah. Man, I had a really good joke there and it just got ruined. So good.
What did Clark have?
He had Minnesota money line.
Nice. Well, I'll be the villain here. Dallas, -1.5. There's a reason they're favorites. Because they're not relying on luck every fucking week. Every one possession game, your luck's going to run out. It's this week versus Dallas. Also, I'm doing this so I can catch a game up on Trent. I'm not going to catch up games by picking the right pick. I have to go against Trent eventually. And Clark, I just saw I'm down 1 to him.
Did you know that you're not going to catch up with me by picking the wrong thing?
You know what? That's where you have to double down on something. I either go with you at the same pace, or I double down on something. I either catch up or I slip behind. That's fine. But I would say, like I said, it's driving me crazy not being in first. So you got to take irrational decisions. And right now, what's a more rational time than a Vikings with a very emotional win and Dallas coming off a very regrettable and loss that should make them bitter against another NFC North opponent? I think this gets them dialed in correct.
What's going to happen? Mike McCarthy's going to smash some watermelons, or what? Is that going to get them going?
Possibly. You never know. McCarthy was pretty good at beating the Vikings with the Packers, so I don't know. Maybe he's got something.
Mike McCarthy, the Packers were at one point able to beat anybody, not just the Vikings.
I know.
This is where I have to laugh, because if any one of us goes against the Chiefs, we're the worst people ever. But every single week, Brian's like, the Vikings aren't that good. Fuck the Vikings. I'm going against them.
I've never said fuck. But also, here's the other thing you got to remember. It's the game's at 3:30. We're creeping a little closer to prime time here.
Hopefully the lead is so much that when we get into prime time, there's not enough time for them to come
Vikings
back.
have to get that early lead, so eventually, the closer the nightfall comes. I don't know. It's wintertime. It's starting to get a little darker soon. Kirk might be getting his jammies and the little PJ stocking.
But remember, he just played a 1:00 game in Buffalo, so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is later. It's closer to prime time.
Only an hour.
2. I don't know. I said, I've made my pick.
Oh, that's right. That's 2:30 my time. That's right.
I've stated my reasons.
Ryan, to your point about the Chiefs, kudos. Good for you. Just be careful. Be careful.
We'll just say anything about the Chiefs, and it's
you're learning. You're learning.
Oh yeah.
All right, next game. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati favored at 4-point favorites with a total of 41. I took Cincinnati because Pittsburgh just sucks. I hate Pittsburgh. That's all it is. They just won, but I just hate Pittsburgh. So that's me.
I'm taking the Steelers with 4 points. I don't think the Bengals are very good. I think last year was kind of a fluke for them. So, I'm going to go Pittsburgh +4.
Are we talking bad about Joe Burrow? We all love Joe Burrow on this pod. We don't talk bad about him. I have Pittsburgh. I have Pittsburgh +4 as well. I think it's kind of a fluky year. I still think they're good, but you got to remember they're getting TJ Watt back for the Steelers, and the Bengals still don't have Jamar Chase, and that was his security blanket. So I think that just adds to Mike Tomlin will get them ready.
Cincinnati is going to have the all-white jerseys again, though, so it's fine.
Hey,
Ooh.
Jersey Juju is something. It is a real predicament. Iowa State was doing gangbusters in their black jerseys a few years ago. You get that right alternate jersey and you wear it at the right times, that goes quite a ways.
Just don't wear black jerseys because nobody else should do that besides Iowa.
Yep.
Ask
We need
permission.
to ask for permission.
Iowa and Atlanta.
They invented black. I took
And then
the
their
over in
coach
this.
hates that.
I took 40 and a half over. It's going to happen. Lots of points.
Thank you, David. I think David says, I think it's more than luck with the Vikings. Luck is involved, but there's something else involved. Yeah, skill. That's what the Vikings have. You don't get to 8-1 just off of luck.
It's the NFL, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. On that 4th and 18 catch and fumbling on the one to recover for a touchdown, I think that I would say there is some luck in there.
Skill.
It was karma for the refs allowing 12 men on the field and not calling it.
Yep.
Destiny.
Joey, I apologize for all the times I brought up the refs with Iowa State.
Okay, so we have real concern, like an actual thing happened, and you don't like that something actually happened.
Oh no, I would say that one, like the most egregious. Again, like we talked on Monday, it was a reviewable play that they didn't review. 12 men on the field on a fourth down, 4th and goal on the one. I mean, yeah.
Well, both
There's
of them.
ever a time you're going to review
Both
that
of
in the
them.
last. Was that within 2 minutes of the 2-minute warning?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was like
within 2
40
minutes, every play
seconds.
should be reviewed. Yeah.
Well, both of them. The catch that wasn't a catch. Why wasn't that reviewed too? Again,
don't
inside 2 minutes.
I didn't.
So that
catch
has
that
to
one.
be. Yeah,
And like I
that
said,
has to be reviewed as well by the booth, not.
Two weeks in the row, the NFL has sent out letters to the Vikings apologizing for missing bad calls. So
They are the Iowa State of the NFL. They just have a wall with just the apology letters framed.
So yeah, we have complaints for a reason. The best was I sent the video to Trent. I didn't send it to you guys. Was Coach KOC was going over film with for the Vikings network, and he's just like, yeah. What was it? Something along the lines of, yeah, we didn't.
It's hard
get
to
it
score. It's hard
we
to
didn't
score
get
on the goal line against 12 men, but we'll work on that.
Yeah, I got to work on a game plan for that, but that's something in the progress at the moment.
See,
glad to
this
hear they're
is why
trying
I love like UFC and college wrestling, because if you go to the scorecards or go to the score, like you just get shit on you, and the refs always suck. So like, don't leave it to the refs. Just end the fight. Just pin them.
Mhm.
So
No,
They just got to
absolutely.
figure something. They just got to figure something out where the refs just aren't freaking terrible. Like it seems like every year we talk about it, but it seems like every year it gets worse. And we saw it on the Monday night game with Washington and Philadelphia too. Like I'm not saying it's just a Vikings thing. It's almost every game there's an issue where the refs just completely blow something.
nope, I get that.
I would say the most egregious, but I thought it was kind of funny because again he's playing the way that if you were trying to win was Heineke getting the roughing the passer and really whipping his head back and immediately cheering. I was like, yeah, it's Bush League, but this is also the NFL, and you got to get a win somehow. So a win's a win's a win. Doesn't matter.
Going back to that, they said, Twitter blew up during that, and like it's was so soft of a call. You can't end a game like that. Like the dude took a knee. You can't freaking hit him.
It was the rules.
And it's not
And
like,
the first guy already had him down anyway.
Yeah, and it's not like he took a knee, gave himself up, and then he got hit. He took a knee, gave himself up, and was standing back up by the time the guy hit him.
Yeah.
Like,
let's remember, we're watching the NFL where how many times a week, and in college football, where a grown man hurdles another 6 foot tall man, and you're telling me he couldn't jump over a guy that was sliding her down?
Yeah.
I mean, I could jump over Taylor Heineke at that point, and I don't got a lot much of vert.
Yeah, David makes a good point. You can't use bad language like the Chiefs guy did. And again, that's one of those where you guys lost the game because of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, much, much more than that. But it doesn't help when it's on the final drive. It just seems like especially in the NFL, when those guys get momentum, it doesn't matter how shitty of a team it is. They realize when they got an opportunity in it. seems to always pan out, especially in an offensive-friendly rule book and league.
Yeah, like Bryant said, like there was much more to that game, but that was in such a terrible time to throw
Very
that
critical.
flag.
Yeah, there's no time on the backside to make up for it. It was the
if that were in the first quarter, if that were in the first quarter, you'd forget about it. You would, by now, that flag never happened. You know.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, it's just dumb. And I said it the other day to you guys on the messages where it almost seems like there's a script that the NFL refs have to try to keep throughout the season and impact the game. Luckily, the Vikings have been able to get past that script and win.
Sure.
Little conspiracy theorist in me, I guess.
Yeah, there are legitimately people that believe every year is scripted. Like we already know that 5 years from now who the Super Bowl champion is going to be. It's okay, sounds good. You know.
Yeah, that's a little. The NFL must really hate Minnesota and Cleveland and Buffalo and.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because people can't go there to party during the Super Bowl, so of course they hate them. You got to think where the money goes and the money flows. I mean, Bryant's good at this. He hates the Big Ten because of money shit. So let's just go on.
Well,
with that,
I mean,
Bryant.
they were paying players
have one team
before it was legal. So
the Big Ten has like one team, Ohio State. Like,
Jesus Christ.
Now, come on, that's unfair. They also have Michigan. And they have a very long coattail that everyone else rides along. Pull us along, Ohio State. Guys.
I mean, same could be said the same for Oklahoma. So.
Yeah, for the Big 12, Oklahoma and Texas for the longest time, and that's the thing that pissed us off is they were wanting the larger share, and then they were shitting the bed in prime time. It was like if we're going to ride the coattails and you get a larger revenue share, you got to win some playoff games and not get shit on by like 40 points to LSU. Or declare your back after a 9-win season, Texas. If we're going to ride these coattails, just go to the SEC and be on the floor mat. That's fine. We'll be the new Big 12, and we can create our own two coattails, you know?
And you won't have any coattails because no one's going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, well, you never know.
Without that 12-team playoff.
If you want to do our math like we were talking earlier in there with the Big 12 and new Big 12, we have 5 ranked teams right now, so...
All right.
UCF, Cincinnati. We'll do it in the college football.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
That'll be tomorrow.
Were there any of you
tune in?
Were there any of you guys that were cheering for Texas to beat Alabama?
No, horns down, baby. Horns down.
It would have, it's horns down unless Texas won. Then that's a Big 12 strength. That's right. That's the way my mind thinks.
No, fuck that. No.
That's the only reason I was asking that because it's like, do you put your love for the Big 12 above your hatred for Texas? Dude,
Texas has been a shithead and they've destroyed the Big 12. Absolutely. To be honest, absolutely not. That was the one time where it's like, I mean, I was going to make a terrible analogy. I'm not. I'm not going to cheer for the bad guy. You know?
So, as far as a Big Ten football fan, the only Big Ten allegiances that I even care about are during wrestling season. I want other Big Ten teams to like win the Southern Scuffle and shit like that, and beat Oklahoma State because I fucking hate Oklahoma State in wrestling. I don't give a shit about them in football. They're just there. But I don't cheer for Big Ten football teams during bowl season. Like a lot of people just go through, just pick the Big Ten teams. I don't cheer for them. I don't care about them. They're just we've played them. That's fine.
We want to get into allegiances to political parties tonight.
There we go. No, but if they do win, that's where you just talk about like, yeah, Purdue did beat Tennessee last year, all because of the strength of the Big Ten. You know how?
No, the only reason I even give a shit about the Big Ten beating anyone else is to argue with you. Yeah, because you're the only so we can do Big 10 versus Big 12. That's the only time I give a shit about it.
Absolutely.
Can we all agree? Can we just all agree, change the subject here and all agree that partying with the Bills Mafia would be a blast?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes.
Let me have that as the first assignment for In the Zone.
There you go.
All right,
we should have a Pulse of the Heartland meetup at a Bills tailgate.
Yep.
It'd be so fun.
We can do it at the AFC Championship this year when the Chiefs are hosting them. How about that?
I don't have the strength to jump through a table, so one of you guys has to do that. But
I think
Yeah,
I
I'm
have
bringing
the-
asked
through
to
one?
jump through a table.
I'm bringing the flimsiest table I can find.
Can I throw someone through a table?
WWE style.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yes.
All right, we don't want those Super Bowl passes anymore. We want a Bills Mafia tailgate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that's not true. All right, I guess let's get back on track here. Kansas City at LA Chargers, total of 50 points. Homer Bryant, take it.
I got Chargers covering 5.5 here. I just think with the injuries to Mecole
What?
and Juju, yeah, hear me out. I got injuries to the top two receiving threats by the Chiefs.
Christ.
Herbert and company are starting to get healthier with Mike Williams. I think Keenan Allen is back as well. Plus, it's a revenge game at home. Again, everyone's kind of written off the Chargers because they lost to the Jacksonville week 2 or whenever it was when Herbert was out. I mean, they're only 5-3 right now. I mean, they're pretty close to the Chiefs just record wise. I still think the Chiefs can win. I think it's just going to be another tight one. The Chargers, they have every team in the AFC West has built their team to beat the Chiefs, and kind of the same thing I've talked about with like the Raiders. The Raiders are dog shit, but they played the Chiefs so well. Why? Because when they're specifically playing the Chiefs, they're going to take those chances on fourth down. They're going to play way more aggressive, and that's where we kind of falter. Is you can't stop every fourth down every single time with all those weapons. So. I mean, I think the Chargers are going to cover 5.5. I think the Chiefs still win a close one, though.
Clark is with you. He took the Chargers to cover too.
Mm-hmm.
I went the opposite. I got more faith in the Chiefs than the Chiefs homers here. I got the Chiefs covering this 5.5.
I do too. And every time I go against the Chiefs homers, I always lose. But they're wrong this week. Kansas City's going to beat the Chargers. You say Mecole Hardman, and the Chargers have no wide receivers. They have no one to throw to. They have a running back. That's great. Yeah.
That running back's been fucking lights out, though. I'm pretty sure Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are back this week. Keep going. I'm going to double check that, though.
Yeah, stat that.
So it's my turn. Sorry, I'm laughing at Dave.
Are you okay there, Joey?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Dave. 16 years ago in an ISU Chugler Brady's basement with Dave being chanted, I think I'd be going through a table at a Bills game. Yeah, Dave. And then we'd have to pull you out of the bathroom with Bart Black because it's the only person you would listen to. Oh, my God. Such fucking memories. But I'm going to go. I like the Chiefs in this one. I like them more than the spread. But I also think there's going to be a ton of points. So I think more points than the Chiefs winning. So I'm going to go the over in this game.
Over 50?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be 27-24. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't doubt if both teams are in the 30s, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, I liked it when I saw that these two teams are playing. I looked at the over under 2, but when that number starts with a 5, it scares me.
It does for most games, but not Chargers Chiefs.
No, I totally get it on this game. Yeah.
Now I say that, and it's probably going to be like 25 points total. It'll probably be like 14-11 or some shit.
As long as the Chiefs win by 5.5.
I see both of them were limited at practice today.
Both on the Chargers or Chiefs?
The Chargers, yeah. Williams and Allen were both limited.
Yeah, I would say they're both showing questionable, but again, if you get either of those two at 80% or both of them, they're pretty fucking solid. I mean, they're in the not the top, but they're probably one of the top duos in the NFL if they're mostly healthy. So.
And the final game of the week, Monday Night Football. Oh, yeah, this is at Mexico City, I believe Clark said. I didn't realize that. Yep. Doesn't change any of my bets, but whatever. San Francisco's 8-point favorites against Arizona with a total of 43.5. Second biggest Kyler Murray fan I know after me. Brian, go ahead.
I think I would say I was thinking about this earlier, comparing. I think my hatred for Joe Burrow is you have equal hatred for Kyler Murray. It's a player
I don't think I can reach your hatred level. I
don't know,
really
man. I think it's up there. It's shockingly. I say a lot of my Joe shit for effect, and it's we always hear Kyler in the Warzone shit. But speaking of Warzone, that got released today. So I think that Kyler's going to get war zoned out in the next couple days. He's going to be focused up. And right now, especially with the Niners, I mean, I'm not too impressed with the Niners, even with their new addition to the offense. I have Arizona covering 8 points on this one. Give me 1 second. I have stats. I'm getting them pulled up right now. I mean, San Fran right now, even with CMC on the team, they're only 1-2 against the spread. And then just as well, Arizona has covered 3 of the last 4 versus this team. I don't know if Arizona wins, but I mean that 8 points is a lot, especially for an offense in the Niners that hasn't proved that it can put up a lot of points.
I don't know if Kyler is playing this week, though. I see he's still day-to-day. He might miss another week, which to me,
McCoy still.
Honestly, that to me makes Arizona better, but that's just me.
Yep, I took Arizona covering 8.5 on this. It's in Mexico City. That's something to be noted as well on Monday night. So
he's still questionable. I mean, hell, Colt McCoy, who was the one that got injured that was playing as well, or was that Colt that got injured?
He's dealing with a knee injury.
And who was the backup to him last week?
I have no idea who the third string quarterback is for the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, come on. You call yourself
not on my radar.
Not on your
Who's
radar.
their punter?
Trey Lance.
Clark. Yeah. Clark took the under 43.
Do you think the NFL record field goal could be kicked in this game?
Distance?
Yes. Because, they always say Denver, the air's thinner, the ball travels farther. I was looking up Mexico City today. Its elevation is like 2,000 feet more than Denver. It's like 7,300 feet.
Yep.
I don't think if Justin Tucker were playing, yes, but I don't know. Not with these two games.
Actually, I don't think Robbie Gould can do it.
Is Robbie Gould still with the?
I don't know. He was just a random kicker, 49ers kicker I could think of.
Did you make your?
I would say because with the Cardinals, Matt Prater's been out for a while, so for sure with the kicking question, he's not going to be the one. I'm trying to find. Give me a second. I'll have it.
Robbie Gould. Robbie Gould's with the Niners.
It is him. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Joey,
Robbie
did you make
Gould,
your pick?
I have not yet. Are we done with the kicking conversation? I'm fine with talking about elevation because that goes into what I'm going to talk about. So
yeah, do it.
So last time I watched a sporting event that was held in Mexico City, Cain Velasquez lost his UFC heavyweight championship belt to Bigfoot Silva, and it was a terrible fucking match. Cain went out there, rocked him, and then just gassed. That elevation is different. Like it's not Denver different. It's different. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go with the under in this. And I think both teams get gassed in the first half, and there isn't shit that happens after that. Being a guy that's over 3 bills, those linemen are going to be sucking all the oxygen possible. That's for sure.
So Joey, right. does the elevation, does it have that dog in it?
It does.
It's undefeated.
It has all the dogs in it. Yes.
The elevation is undefeated.
Yes.
Well, this is my teaser of the week, fellas. Ooh. We need to have fancy music and a fancy graphic coming up saying teaser.
Bum 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 bum.
There we go.
What is it?
We are going with Arizona plus 14 with an under of 49.5 for minus 120.
How are you getting those lines at? Oh, because they're both
at minus 8 plus 6. Minus 8 is plus 6, so plus 14, or excuse me, plus 8 with a 6-point difference, so plus 14.
Yeah.
And then a 6-point spread difference, or a 6-point total difference too. So 49.5.
Yeah. Oh my lord! I take it. I don't see how either of those misses, to be honest.
Plus 14 under 49.5. That's the teaser of the week. Brought to you by In the Zone Media. We're in the zone.
Giving all the bets minus 120 bets.
Wait, are we making the tagline now? We're in the zone.
We're in the zone.
I don't know, but the whiskey's made it sound good. So hey,
there we go. I think we just make it a thing. That's what we do.
I'll tell Dylan to make sure to listen to at least the last 5 minutes of this, and he'll be like, "Oh my God, you guys are not part of this anymore."
Yeah, you're done. You're out.
We lost another one. Shit.
What's the line on over under 1 snap for Brock Purdy?
Oh, that'd be a prop I'd like to play.
That's right. Over.
I mean, hypothetically, it's probably like plus 300, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, probably.
Every week, we just need to start doing promos and just stupid shit.
I mean,
It's in the zone instead of EA Sports. It's in the game.
Here's
Heartland
Trent's
Pulse. It's in the zone.
Here's Trent's beard trimming tip of the week, brought to you by his used iPhone.
Brought to you by Skull Shaver.
I only nicked my head twice with it.
No, Skull Shaver, you can't do it. That's what I use.
What's the one that you nicked your head on with? We need to chat about some.
Harry's razors. You'll cut the shit out of your head. That's their tagline.
I'm just sitting here.
It literally says on their box, not used for a head shaving or something like that.
I'm just sitting here watching Joey, and Joey's like, "Will you guys just shut up now? Come on."
I have no idea what you were talking about the last 5 minutes. So.
Well, we're in the zone, Joey. So get part of the
Joey's like,
zone.
we're still live.
I'm way more in the zone than you can be.
Heartland Pulse.
All
We're
right,
in the zone.
Well, that was all the games this week. Good times were had.
I'm going to tell you right now, start watching those rankings. Right now, I'm in the middle of the pack with some of my bold predictions. Trent, your lead's going to start slipping a little bit. That's all I'm going to say.
Good luck to you losers this week. Catching me.
I'd like to argue with the man, but he's been in first like last month and a half, so I don't know what to say.
Probably the first 11 weeks of the season.
Yep.
Gosh. Make sure everyone tunes in to the College Football Podcast / YouTube Live Extravaganza tomorrow night, Thursday night, hosted by Bryant, joined by Joseph, Trent, and Clark is somewhere with us in our spirit. He'll be on there.
Is
probably.
that a lighter? Are you lighting us on fire?
That's the maestro here.
Ryan's
okay.
gonna light up a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Stogie's inside.
We got asthma. I have to stick to the liquid stuff.
Stogie's inside. A good Deadwood Tobacco Company cigar is good for you, Ryan.
I will.
They're moving that. They're moving.
Yeah.
That. So
yeah, it's supposed to open in January. We should go.
So the Oyster Bar is completely different now. Not
Yeah.
anything like it was before. And then I think they moved the cigar place someplace too.
Yeah, Deadwood like renovated a place and it's way bigger now, I guess. And
yeah.
Good
old Deadwood. Wait, I mentioned we have plans in the group chat to get the In the Zone Sportsbook started up in Deadwood here in the next few years. So hold me to that, I guess, right?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
You better get to work.
Dylan, we have high expectations here, bud. Sorry to tell you that.
Who just changed the background, by the way?
Nobody.
Nope.
I think that's Restream's way of saying "wrap it up, boys."
Yeah.
What a shit
Things
show.
just got off the rails.
Yeah, Joey just cut this last 5 minutes. Fuck it. Let's get to the
Joey,
bench. Done.
Joey, give the socials here. Let's get out of here.
Instagram and Twitter at Heartland Pulse. Find us on Facebook. Just search Pulse of the Heartland. YouTube, search Pulse of the Heartland. Also, we're live Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, 8:30 Central most of the time. Find us the next day at on every podcast platform. And as always, find us for everything on inthezone.studio.
Also, everyone have a good night.
You too, Ryan.
Appreciate you.